As possibilities and aspirations have changed for women, so has the face of scouting for girls. In the spirit of Women's History Month, the Girl Scouts of Eastern Massachusetts is once again putting a spotlight on leadership and diversity. To tell us about the annual Leading Women Awards and what's happening with local scout troops is the organization's Chief Membership Officer, Kari Weatherby. Thank you very much for being with us, Kari.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Kari, talk about, you're the person for membership. What about Boston? What have we got here in this city for Girl Scouts?
Sure, so we have a lot of great things happening in Boston. We have about 1,800 girls that are Girl Scouts in Boston neighborhoods. And we actually have something coming up in April. We have some troops from Dorchester and Roxbury and Mattapan that have gotten together, and they're putting together a STEM Fest to showcase the STEM projects that the girls in those neighborhoods have been working on. That's coming up on April 6th, so we're excited about that.
Now, anybody who's been to the Museum of Science knows how parents take boys and girls to get them into STEM subjects, but what about the girl? Why is the Girl Scout putting such a focus on this?
So number one, it's really about building a pipeline of talent and meeting a workforce development need. As you know, women comprise about half of the workforce overall, but they are grossly underrepresented in STEM careers, which are vitally needed in the future. So really it's about building that pipeline of talent and getting girls, when they're young, and really sparking an interest in STEM that could lead to a career later in life.
Now, maybe when I was younger, there might have been this sort of academic profiling that boys were good at math and girls were good at English or writing. But, is that true, or is there something else behind those figures that I grew up with when I was younger?
So you're absolutely right. It was, a sign of the times, and we know that girls absolutely can excel in STEM careers. And I think the key is when they're young to create that spark, to make it fun and exciting. So some of the program we offer is around the physics of roller coasters, for example, or learning to code so that she can build her own app. And it's about making it exciting and interesting and getting her involved.
Chris, part of what you're also working on here is, I guess, the social pressures in the classrooms. They're felt different ways by boys and girls. What was it with girls?
So within the classroom, we know we have research that shows that boys are given more time to solve problems, whereas when girls are struggling, the teacher moves in much more quickly to help her solve the problem. Boys are encouraged to take more risks. So Girl Scouts is really that oasis, girl-only safe space where she can solve problems, take risks, and be encouraged by her mentors, her troop leaders.
This is Vienna News, and we're talking with Kari Weatherby from Girl Scouts of Eastern Massachusetts. Kari, a lot of our viewers, if they're anywhere near my age, they're probably thinking, they have campfires, they go on hikes, they sing. What do Girl Scout troops do now?
So that's a great question, and I grew up as a Girl Scout, and certainly the times have changed since then, and now girls are much more likely to be outdoors, participating in high adventure. We have high ropes, low ropes on all of our properties. We're very fortunate in Eastern Massachusetts that we have 6 day camps and 4 overnight camps. So we offer chances for them to do boating, horseback riding, really learn about environmental stewardship. And then, of course, we also have a major focus on STEM programming, as we were just talking about.
Another thing, I guess, underlying a lot of these activities is that you're dealing with a population that is on the threshold of adolescence. They're facing with all of these pressures that are coming at them. They're struggling with self-esteem. How does being in a Girl Scout troop help them deal with that?
Absolutely. So being in a supportive environment, they're learning to build their confidence. They're learning to support each other. There's a saying that I read recently that I love, that when women support other women, amazing things happen. And they learn to do that as girls and Girl Scouts, to really support each other. The other piece, I think, is all the outdoor programming we have gets girls away from their iPhones, from screen time, and the pressure of social media and how many likes do I have and all of that. They're outdoors, they're not thinking about that. And that time is really critical to helping them build their self-esteem and figure out who they are.
I imagine one of the secondary things about a membership in a troop is that the parents of the girls get to meet other parents and do some networking too.
Absolutely. And for the people who step up to be the troop leaders, we hear time and again that it's helped them to build their skills. They consider it part of their professional resume, if you will. in terms of leading the girls and the skills and training that they learn along the way through that role.
We should mention that other leadership angle, because this is not about just the children who grow up to become leaders.
Right.
You need some volunteers to show them the way, right?
We do. We are absolutely volunteer powered. At Girl Scouts of Eastern Massachusetts, we serve about 30,000 girls a year. And we do that, we're powered by 15,000 adult volunteers. So you can see how vital they are. And for us to grow membership, we are actively seeking volunteers. And if anybody is interested in volunteering, we would love to hear from them.
And of course, another thing that's driving this still are the cookies.
Of course, yes. We're actually just wrapping up our cookie season. We've had a very successful cookie season. The big development this year is we had a delicious gluten-free cookie that we completely sold out of. But the girls in Eastern Massachusetts sell close to 250,000 packages of cookies. Us New Englanders love our cookies. And the top 2 selling cookies each year are Thin Mints and Caramel Delights.
Well, finally, one of the basics here, how old are these girls that you're serving in the troops?
Sure. So they start in kindergarten, our Daisies, our youngest Girl Scouts, and they go all the way up through senior year in high school.
As you mentioned, people want to find out about signing up or volunteering. You've got a place where they can get some more details?
Yes, we'd love for them to visit our website, which is www.gsema, which stands for girlscoutseasternmass.org. And it's really simple. Right on the homepage, you can click on volunteer, and it will give you instructions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Kari Weatherby from Girl Scouts of
Thank you.
Eastern Massachusetts.